The simple technique around having your lists expand automatically when your list of options grow is to convert the original list that you want to use for your validation. You convert it into a table. We have a module of this course specifically around tables, working with tables, which will take us through the intricacies and some of the benefits of working with Excel tables. But for now, what we just need to do essentially is to highlight all the items here. That is before you create your validations at all. You come into your list that you want to pass into the validation, highlight everything that you have there, and then you can press Ctrl T, which is the shortcut to create an Excel table. So it says my table has headers, yes, the product is the header, and every other thing, those are items within the table. So I'll click on OK. So I'll leave this the default formatting here. We'll talk about that much later in the course. Once we have this formatted into a table, the very next thing we want to do, which is more like a two-step process, but it is really reliable, is that we need to now turn this into a named range. More on that in a later video, but just to solve this particular problem. So what I will do is to come here to formulas, and here I'll say define name. Then maybe I can call this just my list, something like that. And then refers to, I'm going to select this entire table. Once that is done, I click on OK. And then we have a named range. What the named range is, just for the benefit of this video, is that I can call on that named range and it returns whatever I've saved into it. So I can say my lists. If I enter, that gives me this exact thing back. So that is the idea. So which means whenever I'm calling my list within the data validation, it indirectly will refer to this same column on the table. So now we go to our data validation, highlight where we want to validate, go to data validation here, I select lists, and then for the source, or I could just type my list here. Alright, so now I have my list here. So here is my list of items. And then if for whatever reason my list updates, so which means now I have these two other products, if I drop them on my table, what you will see is that my table automatically expands. And then here I can come back here to this and I check what I have in my list. And you see now we have the two new products that we had here. So this is a more elegant approach to solving this case, which is whenever you have a very long list of items that you would want to add into a data validation list, then what you need to do is first convert that into a table. Once that is converted into a table, then you can now add that same table into a named range by way of going into formulas. You go to define, and once that gets into a named range, that same name can then be called in your data validation list.